Libra. This is your reading for the week of 23rd. In case you're wondering, I didn't do readings for anybody last week. I took a week off. This now, however, has been on my mind for the last 24 hours, and it is the song Fly Like an Eagle. And it's very specifically for you. So I don't know if you're familiar with that song. It was done back in the mid-70s by the Steve Miller Band. And the chorus was what got me. I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I want to fly like an eagle till I'm free, O Lord, through the revolution. So the revolution in this case, as the song goes on, it's about feeding the babies, shoeing the children, housing people. There really is a social commentary in this song about elevating life to a compassionate level. But what really struck me for you, Libras, was flying like an eagle and letting your spirit carry you. And that's what I really feel the big message is here. Because whatever you're leveling up to in your life, whether it is any of those things that the song is talking about, feeding the babies, shoeing the children, housing the people, whether it is within the context of restructuring society or not, it's still about elevating frequency, which of course we know happens in many, many different ways. The message that I'm really getting with you, Libra, is that whatever you are doing on the earth plane, whatever you are doing that has structure, has form, anything that you're building, you're creating, you're putting together, what you are being reminded of here is you are the, and there I'm getting tickled again. You are the one that is deciding what is valuable to you. You are the one who is deciding whether or not people's opinions matter, the old values you were raised with matter. And it doesn't mean to say that none of them will, or that they are exclusively this or that, black or white. But what you really are being asked to do is to look at what aspects your personality has held on to in the past that is preventing you from letting your spirit carry you. Where are you getting caught in logistics, in form, in propriety, as you were taught it, that is preventing you from setting your spirit free? And when we say set your spirit free, that can have so many different connotations, but really, within the context of the work that I'm doing with my guides here, it's really talking about getting in touch with that deeper part of yourself, that wise self, that knowing self that rises above, literally, of rising up above the earthly stuff that you're involved in as just a way of life or whatever project you're building. Remembering that you are more than this personality, and that there is more than just your logic and your intellect, which is very powerful for Libras. There's more than that going on, and you have access to it. Now, there is another part of here of this that I think is relevant. It's a secondary chorus, and it says, time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. And I think that is an echo here of, I just want to check in with them on this, because it goes along with, thank you, flying like an eagle to the sea. If we think about the sea is really very much about movement forward. And as I'm seeing this image, what I'm getting from Spirit is that sense of adventure, that sense of new horizons, that sense of moving forward beyond what is evident, beyond land. So beyond something that is defined, that is definite, that is obvious. You're flying into the unknown. You're moving into the unknown. And that, just as you're moving into the unknown, you're moving into an unknown future. And that's why this is relevant here. But what you're also being told is you're flying like an eagle to the sea, to the unknown, to new horizons, and your spirit is carrying you. And that it's let my spirit carry me. This is a choice you get to make. You get to decide whether or not you're going to get stuck on the rules and regulations that you have lived with, the expectations, the fears around survival and not changing, or the fears that can prevent people from taking chances and making changes, the desire to stay on land instead of, like Moana or any of the great explorers, moving out into the unknown to discover what's there. Because what I'm also getting is it's not just discovering what's there, it's discovering yourself as you take a chance on moving into the unknown. Now, you're also getting some suggestions here from Spirit. And one of them is compassion. So whenever you run into problems that are holding you back, whether it's from somebody else's attitude or whether or not it's from an attitude that you have that you find is getting in the way of being able to move into a different way of thinking or a different approach, or giving up an old belief that might be holding you back. And what I'm hearing specifically is around fear. Okay? What you're being suggested is don't get hard against it. Don't resist it in such a way so that it becomes something that focuses your energy. Just get curious about it. Getting curious about something, anything, is a great way of opening up the energy. And you can be compassionate with yourself about whatever things might get in the way. You can also be compassionate towards those people who are the naysayers about what you're doing, because you can certainly get them too when you start becoming more open and freer. Because when you become open and freer, you can be challenging the beliefs of the people around you, and that can be very frightening. So sometimes what people will do, no matter how much they love us or how much they think they're doing it for our own best interest, sometimes what they will do is they will try to restrict in order to keep you safe, because that's what they associate with their safety. Okay? So what you're being told is, just get curious about it. That's all. And for you to be able to determine what is right for you, what your values are, it's really important. Two things. One, Libra, you're an air sign. You benefit from grounding yourself. And how do you ground yourself? One of the best ways is to stay in touch with your physical senses. Because as you stay in touch with your physical senses, you are in present time. So use your breath to stay in touch with your physical senses. And for you, Libras, it's also really powerful to ask yourself questions, because your mind wants to work. So when you're not aware of being in touch with your physical senses, or when you are not aware of how to ground yourself, ask questions about your physical senses. What am I seeing right now? What is around me in this room right now? What colors are in that tree right now? What am I smelling? How am I tasting this? By allowing your awareness to be on your physical senses, it automatically brings you into present time, and that grounds you. Now, that might seem contradictory to the idea of letting your spirit guide you, but it's not. Because when you are really fully grounded in your body in present time, that is when you are more able to align with your intuitive abilities, because it's like the bottom part of your battery now, which is grounded, then the current of energy running through the top and the bottom is going to be stronger. So that is, like, from a really, really simplistic energetic explanation, that is one of the reasons why being grounded is so powerful for everybody. And you're also being told, whatever comes up that seems like it's an issue, you have the choice to focus on the problem or focus on the solution. So what does that look like? What's the difference between the two? When you find yourself complaining about something, worrying about something, there is a tendency to go over it and over it and over it in your head. This is also where you can bring in the compassion card. Instead, just get curious, okay? That can be the equivalent of ramming up against something hard. It's literally like you're making the problem a real thing that you are that is a concrete thing. Get curious about it because that will open space around it in terms of how you think and how you feel. And you can look at this and you can say, well, okay, ask really genuinely, do you want the problem or do you want the solution? And sometimes you still want the problem because you're not ready to move in a direction that's different. That's okay. Just be honest with it. And again, be compassionate about whatever your answer is. When you're ready to say, no, I want the solution, then that's when you start shifting the way you approach the thought as it comes up, the thought around whatever the issue is. So the issue might be, how do I get enough money to do this thing that I want to do? Well, you can go around complaining about not having enough money. You can think about it in terms of lack. You can think about it in terms of, well, okay, let me just, okay, come on. So it can be, even though it can look like it's constructive, what they're saying is it can actually be focusing on the problem when what you're looking at is contracting around your experience and your position in it in a way to solve it. Okay? So instead of focusing on how to fix it, what you should do, coming up with all these plans, what is the solution? The solution is X amount of dollars. The solution is having money come in from multiple resources instead of one. Maybe, I don't know, but it might just be you can just focus on the idea of enough money, more than enough money in order to do this project. That's the solution, okay? As opposed to there is a lack of money. So allow yourself to focus on having the money come in. Allow yourself to focus on this is the solution. And then let your intuition, let your spirit, let spirit guides come together and bring that to you. So it's just shifting it away from it being a problem to there is a solution to this. The solution is this or something better. Always or something better. But it's to keep, because what that does is that changes the frequency around the issue. And as soon as you start raising the issue, one of the things, I'm hearing the neighbors, one of the things that you will do is you will start opening up the issue to solutions coming in. And the other thing that I always like to do that I found very, very helpful when there's been situations that seem like they're kind of deadlocked is just go to the gratitude. Thank you so much, Spirit, for providing me with a solution to this. Thank you for sorting it out on a level that I don't even know is happening yet. Thank you for the solution. Thank you for the solution to this issue. It can be that non-specific. And I think now I'm going to end with that because they're having a party out there and it's very nice, but it's a bit distracting. So I'm going to leave you with this because I think it's enough. And take care, Libras, on this beautiful, beautiful, check out the song, Steve Miller Band, Fly Like an Eagle. It's beautiful. Take care.